So it's just been a lot going on. I'm gonna play some ambient music while I say this. So I can relax while I'm talking. Every time. And yeah, I just feel like ever since I was younger, I always been back and forth for like back and forth with my mom's side of the family, back and forth with my dad's side of the family, and you got to realize that everybody else was at their homes. You know what I mean? I was the one that was moving from place or whatever, and everybody had their own place. Everybody had their own solidified family. They had their mom, their father. Even if they didn't, well, most of them did, and even if they didn't, it was still. I don't know. I just feel like everybody got their own sense of love and belongingness, and I feel like that's just one thing I didn't or to this day don't have. You know what I mean? As many people reach out and say they love me. Oh, I love you, Christian. Oh, you know what I mean? This, that, and the third. I don't feel it. You know what I mean? And I'm detached. I don't have no emotions to anything. I'm not excited about events. You know what I mean? Certain things that I like that are near and dear to me, I appreciate. You know what I mean? But when it comes to certain things, I just can't be animated about it, and I can't really, you know what I mean? I get upset easy, and it's just a lot, and I just wish that, I don't know, I just wish things was different. But I mean, I can't really be mad because at the same time, it made me into who I am, and I know that sounds so cliche, but it really made me the person I am. Like, I definitely can say that I have a lot of strength in my struggle because, like I said, everybody is where they are, but I was the one moving place to place, place to place. I was the one that was living on Greyhound. You know what I mean? I was the one that had to bring a trash bag full of clothes and go to this family. You know what I mean? Bring another trash bag of clothes and move with this family. Got a trash bag of clothes, live with this person, live with that person. You know what I mean? And that sucks. You know what I mean? And I remember my cousin said when we was younger, he was like, "Oh, that's why you're abandoned." Because we got into an argument. He was mad at me. He was like, "You're abandoned," and he kept screaming in my face that you're abandoned. And I'll never forget that day. And it's just, I don't know. It just sucks because I just don't feel like I deserve any of this stuff. Like, and then mind you, in the midst of all of these things, I still show so much love to everybody. Like, I remember when I went to go live with my aunt, my dad. I went to go live with my dad's sister, my aunt Tamika. I went to go live with them. I always was back and forth live with them and my mom or whatever. But this was a time where it was like one of the most important times of my life because it was sixth grade to 10th grade. That's a long period of time. You know what I mean? I was in North Carolina. I was in Philadelphia, and then my mom, I had left. I was like, I don't want to be in Philly because I had went. All right, so I wasn't a bad kid, but I used to want to like stay in the house and watch Charmed and watch fucking gay porn and look at comic book movies, and look up stuff like that on the internet and stuff like that. Cause I remember my mom had got me and my brother a computer, and she put it in the room, and that's when we first found out about the internet. So, you know, back when we used to instant message people and do the webcam and all the weird shit or whatever. And so mine just so funny because I'm just thinking back, and I was like in third and fourth grade. I was like real young doing this weird stuff. I wouldn't say weird, but doing these things with a lot of adult themes. And that's when I got introduced to a lot of things, and it just shaped everything, and I became more aware of the world, aware of who I am, aware of other things, and getting introduced to more things about life. It was more than a typical kid only thinks like, okay, you go to school, you come home, that's your mom and dad, that's your family, and then you got friends. They don't know about, then they start learning about jobs and different stuff like that, but jobs and stuff like that still were foreign to me. Like, I used to take the trash out and go to the store for the lady across the street, and she would give me like $5 for taking going to the store for her. She would give me $5 for taking her trash out weekly. And that's when I learned how to hustle. When I was like third grade, I'm taking all my freaking laundry to I'm I'm freaking 8, 9. I'm like 8 or 9, taking my clothes to uh the boulevard to go do my laundry. It wasn't like at the corner. It wasn't down the street. It was to the point where I was either taking a bus and going all the way up the boulevard, or I was walking all the way up over yonder and going to do my laundry, folding it, because my grandma Jackie, but rest her soul, she taught me how to fold clothes out, and I never. That's another pivotal moment in my life. I'll never forget how she used to teach me how to fold clothes and stuff like that. I used to take, and I still to this day, and I want to start going to the dry cleaners, because I remember she used to get her laundry. She would get in her wagon. We would go. She would have her clothes in her little basket or whatever. She would take her clothes to the dry cleaners, and go pick them up, and that was her gig. But yeah, I used to go walk all the way over yonder to do my laundry and stuff like that. Like a little ass kid, like 7, 8, 9. Like, what am I doing? Going, like, you know what I mean, crossing the highway, going to do my laundry. What kind of shit is that? But that just goes to show how how I grew up, and how, like, the things I was doing or whatever. But anyway, I had gotten in trouble in school. It was probably like 4th grade. I was in there or whatever. I was sharpening a pencil, and I had broke it. So I broke the sharpener or whatever, and I still had it. I don't know what I was planning to do with it. I don't know what I was doing with it. But long story short, I got kicked out of school, and they sent me to an alternative school. So in the midst of me being in an alternative school, I remember this dude, after this dude did this, I was done. After this dude threatened to stab me in my eye with a pencil, I was like, oh no, I'm not going back there. I told my mom, I said, Mom, I'm not going back to that motherfucking school. You got me. I'm not. I said I want to go move with my Aunt Tamika, and so she sent they arranged it, and I ended up going down there. So, mind you, my whole 6, I can't really, like, I might be backtracking on a timeline just because it's like all over the place, but just try to keep up. So anyway, I ended up going down there, and my whole 6th grade, I wasn't in school the whole 6th grade. So my cousins and all of them, because my aunt was still trying to get me to school, but I think there was a bunch of, like, legalities and, like, you know, specifics that she couldn't get in order, and plus she's working, like, you know, 50-hour days. You know what I mean? It was a lot going on, so I didn't end up starting school until the following year. Or did I? Yeah, because I remember I started I think they socially promoted me to, like, 7th grade or something like that. Because I think, yeah, they were going to hold me back. But mind you, I had already failed 4th grade. That's probably the worst thing you can do as a kid, is fail 4th grade. Or fail any grade. Mind you, I was supposed to go to summer school. My whole life would have been so different if I would have went to summer school that year. If I could go back in time, I would have stayed in summer school. But the following year, I had to go to summer school again, and I went. So, and that's when I learned about Greek gods and myths and all of that stuff like that. That's how I learned about, like, Zeus and Hercules and everything like that. Because I knew kind of about it because I used to watch Xena the Warrior Princess, but they don't really educate you on it. It's just Ares beating Ares, and Xena had a love triangle or whatever. But anyway, I did summer school, and I passed. And then I remember, I'm getting confused now. I'm gonna just take a little break. Give me like 5 seconds to get my thoughts together. So I said, Mom, I want to go to North Carolina. I don't want to be here. I don't like it. This nigga just tried to stab me in my fucking eye. I don't want to be here. So I'm there. They socially promoted me because I couldn't get in school the whole year. So I ended up doing 7th grade, and I was there. And that's when I met, like, some of my really good friends. Like, I remember that's when I met my best friend Marissa, and we still friends to this day. And I remember I had got in, and mind you, the end of 7th grade. Yeah, the end of 7th grade. So the end of 7th grade, they expelled me from the fucking high school, dog. I mean, from middle school, because this lady, I guess somebody got into a big fight. And this is another thing I'll never forget, because I don't get how I had to go to boot camp, all this, and they really believe this lady. Like, this lady shoved me into a locker, one of the assistant teachers or whatever, and then she goes to the principal and tells them that I did it. You know what that did? Like, I had to go to boot camp for 2 weeks over the summer. Like, that shit was extensive. I broke down, dog. Yes, I broke down. I broke down. I cried because they had me doing these motherfucking wall climbers, sit ups and shit like that. Like, first of all, we was in a platoon. It was platoon. I don't know if it was 802 or 302. I might be getting confused in my classroom back in elementary school. I always remember 302, classroom 302. It was on the third floor. Um, Miss Blackwell, and the other one was Miss. Let me see if I can remember. Mind you, her name wasn't Miss Blackwell first. It was what was her name? It was something else, and then it was Miss Blackwell because she got married. She used to always, her makeup used to always shoot. I don't know. Her makeup was weird. She looked weird. It was nice. It was beat, but it just looked weird. Miss McClendon, Miss McCloken, or Miss McClurkin, Miss McClendon, or something like that. Something with an MC something. But I remember one day. Oh, cracker up. I remember one day she had I think she touched my shoulder or something, and I flipped her over. This is the year I broke the sharpener, and they sent me to alternative school. So she touched my shoulder, and mind you, I'm watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Charmed, Power Rangers, you know what I mean? So she touched my shoulder, and I flipped her over. Everybody gagged in the classroom, and then, so she gets up and throws me on the floor and like puts her heel. She was not having it. Oh, but thank God she never like went to the principal or nothing like that. Like, I didn't say anything either, but anyway, later on in the year, I ended up meeting my friend Ralph. I had my friend Ralph Moore, fucking Kadeem Coates, and William. Yep, it was William. William was the first nigga I ever smoked with. I remember me and him was smoking with I don't know. I don't know why I was smoking. I think, mind you, I think this is this might be 5th grade. No, I think it was 6th grade. Yeah, because that's when the elementary school they had added 6th grade to their elementary school. I used to go to Pennell Elementary in Philly, so they ended up adding the grade year or whatever. They added 6th grade, and I was so pissed because I'm like, yes, I'm about to go to middle school, whatever. Then now I'm still in the motherfucking elementary school, which I guess is smart. No, I mean, I don't know. Do you think middle school should be 6th, 7th, and 8th, or just 7th, 8th? Anyway, they added the grades, so we had to stay in Pennell. So I met them. Those are my homies. Mind you, no, I think I met Ralph the year before. I think I met him in 5th grade. Yeah, I think I met him in 5th grade. 5th or 4th, I forgot. 5th or 4th grade I met him, and that was my nigga, because this nigga was funny as fuck. I would just crack the fuck up. This nigga was really dumb. Like, this nigga was a comedian. This nigga was a comedian, but his name was Ralph Moore, and his brother used to call him Hassan. They used to call him Hassan. That's so funny because my name was Christian, but my family called me Devon, and his name was Ralph, but his family called him Hassan. But anyway, that was my homie, and it used to be me and him all the time or whatever, and then it was me, William, and I don't know whatever happened to Ralph, actually. That's a gap in my memory, because I think me and Ralph must have chilled in 5th grade, and then I started chilling with William and Kadeem in 6th grade. Sorry, this shit is on repeat, and I don't want to hear this song. And we need to change gears. We need something a little more, some more upbeat. Just give me a second to change gears. Go grab your water, light a cigarette. It's taking a long time. All right, fuck it. Yeah, we're just gonna stay with that. So anyway, I started hanging out with them. So it's a bunch of different things that happened in that. Cause I remember we had a circle jerk. No, he one of my friends. I'm not gonna say which one of them. One of my friends was like, "Oh yeah, let's jerk off. We should jerk off and see who nuts the fastest." That's why I don't know if y'all ever see Moonlight. If y'all ever watch that movie, when they got one scene. I don't think they show it on a Netflix version, but the actual DVD, it's a scene where it's a circle jerk scene. They don't show you it, but that's what they're doing. They're like in a circle showing each other penises or whatever. And yeah. Anyway, the nigga was like, "Oh yeah, let's jerk off and see who comes the fastest." And I'm like, "What, nigga?" Because back then I knew I was you know me, I knew what I like, but at the same time, it's like these my homies, these my friends. I'm not about to do some weird shit like that right now. And nigga, why you even me like we never had no conversation. We never said, "Oh yeah, nigga, you know what I mean?" I think that nah, nigga, like we in fifth. Like, what are you talking about? Why you like? I'm confused. So we move on. We don't do that shit. I don't even remember what happened after that, dog. I just remember it was a bunch of us in the basement. It was like 12 of us in the basement. How I got there, I don't remember. But anyway, me and the nigga William, fast forward to another memory or whatever. Me and him ended up. I think we were smoking weed down there or something probably. I don't know, but we ended up going. I don't know why we went over there. We was smoking, and then I think he took me over there. He took me over to somewhere. He took me somewhere or whatever, and we go over to this nigga. Maybe we was buying weed. What were we doing? We was young. What the fuck were we doing over there? We went to go see some nigga. He was obviously older than us or whatever. Cause I remember I told I was hot. Yeah, we was smoking. It was the three of us. We was smoking. And I remember I told him, I said, "Eat a dick, nigga." I said some shit like that. And the nigga slapped the shit out of me. And my friend just sat there with his head down, like he didn't know what the fuck was going on. But I guess that was gonna make or break me. That was either gonna turn me into a man or it wasn't. I should have fought that nigga back or something. But anyway, at some point in that timeline, I broke a pencil sharpener, and they kicked me out, and I had to go to alternative school. And I told my mom I don't want to go to alternative school because the nigga threatened me to stab me in my eye with a motherfucking pencil. And at this point, I'm new. You know what I mean? This is still early in my life, so I'm still like a nerdy, you know what I mean, reserved. I mean, I got my little things about me, like I'll like to run in traffic and play in traffic, and I like to Beyonce, but I was still a little nigga, you know what I mean? And that's just, I wasn't introduced to that type of violence ever. And then that was the first time, like, we gotta go metal detectors when we go into school. I had to catch a bus to get there. It was a lot. And so I really wasn't with it. And so I ended up moving my aunt, 6th grade. Oh yeah, I think I told y'all this already. So yeah, I went to a boot camp. I broke down or whatever, and they let me come back to the school the next year. And in the midst of all of this, I met my friend Marissa, my best friend or whatever. And then me and her was it was her and Kanique. I always remember this day too because I was hanging with the niggas in the neighborhood or whatever. Because I'm like new, you know what I mean? I'm in North Carolina, it's new to me, you know what I mean? My aunt ended up buying a house or whatever in this neighborhood or whatever. We had a cul-de-sac. It was like I think 4 houses in a cul-de-sac or whatever. You can Google that if you want to, but it was like 4 houses in a cul-de-sac, and we had to get on the school bus to go to school or whatever. And I'm actually gonna save this, and I'll finish this story tomorrow because I feel a lot better after getting these things off of my chest because I really was having a bad day. My stomach hurts, and I just was feeling empty because you gotta realize I've really been going hard, and that was the start of this. That was the whole like urgency of this live because like I really been going through a lot these 26 years. Y'all really don't understand. Like y'all see me joke and laugh and stuff like that, but it's really a lot to this life shit. Like And that's why I treat everybody individually with so much like love and respect, because I know what I go through every day. You know what I mean? Like everybody has their own individual, unique 24 hours that they do, and I get it. Like my fucking 24 hours for the last 26 years have been fucking crazy, chaotic, eventful, toxic, fucking. It's been a lot. And I'm gonna just leave this at that.